The far north coast of New South Wales is one of the most beautiful parts of Australia, with the richest terrestrial biodiversity in the state. With ancient rainforest, pristine beaches and a diverse range of land uses across the region, we have an abundance of high-value natural and rural assets. However, our desirable climate and rich productive soils means these valuable resources are particularly vulnerable to the establishment and spread of weeds. Invasive weeds displace native species, contribute to land degradation, pose risk to human health, and reduce farm and forest productivity. Considerable resources are expended each year to combat weed threats in our region. These programs are aimed at protecting ecosystems and primary production activities on both private and public land. Every person living in or visiting the far north coast plays a significant role in protecting our region from the weeds and pests that threaten our environment and lifestyle. It is the landowner's responsibility to be on the lookout for new and emerging weeds on their property and to control their existing weeds. It is important that we work together, government, industry, and the community, to maintain our biosecurity defences. As the local control authority for weeds in the region, Rouse County Council is responsible for implementing and upholding the Biosecurity Act 2015, while our community can prevent, eliminate, or minimise biosecurity risks by being aware of what to look out for. But how can we direct our efforts so they are most effective at preventing and managing weed outbreaks? The invasion curve explains how effort and investment should be prioritised through the various stages of an invasive weed outbreak. The curve shows the increasing area occupied by an invasive species over time. If a new invasive plant is introduced into northern New South Wales and left unmanaged, it could increase rapidly in its spread across the region, multiplying until it becomes established across all possible habitats. The curve identifies the most appropriate course of action to take to treat these weeds, depending on distribution and abundance. These are categorised as prevention, eradication, containment, and asset-based protection. Before an invasive weed species reaches our borders, we invest in preventative measures, preparedness and surveillance, as well as research to better understand a species' behaviour. These procedures help minimise the risk of a new weed incursion. It's much more cost-effective to prevent weeds like Myconia, Parthenium and Costa's curse than to manage them once they've entered the region. Prevention is always better than a cure. Once a new weed crosses our borders and we know where it is, our efforts are best aimed at stopping it from spreading further and eradicating it as quickly as we can. Eradication relies on both knowing where all infestations are and having appropriate tools to eradicate it. The potential economic, environmental and social benefits of early eradication of an invasive weed, such as seeded banana, far outweigh the cost of control, and the social and environmental benefits can also be important. Support for containment is necessary when an invasive species has got beyond eradication, and the priority is to prevent it from spreading further, like in the case of groundsel-bush and honey locust. The economic returns on containment are generally lower, and, on balance, environmental or social outputs may be more important when making decisions to act. Once an invasive weed species becomes established and widespread beyond containment lines, the focus becomes protecting key assets, such as recreational areas and natural ecosystems. Typically, the return on this investment is relatively low. However, this can be difficult to measure. For example, how do we put a price on the value of saving a native species from extinction? The economic, social, and environmental benefits of asset-based protection can be far-reaching and difficult to quantify. Lantana and camphor laurel are good examples of invasive species that are widespread and where containment is no longer an option. Here, the community and industry are best placed to protect particular assets, while government plays a key role in educating the community in best practice control methods. Surveillance by government, industry, and the community is an integral part of every stage of the invasion curve. It is essential in preventing weed incursions and to confirm eradication, and is critical to safeguarding key assets. Everyone can play a role in biosecurity surveillance by keeping an eye out for the unusual and reporting it when noticed. Biosecurity is everyone's duty. The invasion curve provides a simple yet effective way to quickly and responsibly evaluate the best course of action to minimise the impact from invasive weeds. By having a clear understanding of how we can work together across the invasion curve, we are better able to strengthen our biosecurity defences to protect our region from invasive weeds, both now and for future generations. For more information or to obtain a copy of the Priority Weeds booklet, please visit our website at www.rouse.nsw.gov.au.